Boston Garden, a win for the Eastern squad. Here is Duncan.
Oh my goodness.
And Howard goes the distance. You saw that coming.
Well, he knocks down a 3 in the first half. Now he's playing point guard here at the beginning of the third.
Reggie wishes he would have seen that in a slam dunk competition last night.
Anthony on the fade, so Carmelo with 19 points.
He's one of the toughest covers in the NBA. Here comes LeBron, the runaway freight train in the open court, and he gets it off the glass. We're talking about Carmelo Anthony. You put a smaller player on him, he punishes him with his power. You put a bigger player on him, and he used his speed and quickness. Very, very difficult cover. Here's the speed and the strength.
Rebounded by Garnett. Both teams back to their starting lineups. James trying to save it. Duncan is on it. Stolen by James. Here's LeBron putting it up off the backboard, but Wade could not field it, then just turns, hits the fadeaway.
And now the West has to do something to try and not let this game get too far away from them and keep it within striking distance.
Nowitzki posting, spinning. Stoudemire able to get to it. And the foul as Duncan is pushed. The West sharing the ball on that sequence.
Well, you can see the difference in the two teams. Just look at the size, Reggie. We talked about the 27 fast break points in the first half. They've come out the East already. We've seen LeBron go in the end. We've seen Dwight Howard and the fast breaks. And for the West, if you got Duncan out there with Nowitzki, Stoudemire, Carmelo Anthony, and Steve Nash, and you got a lot of your older players. So, you know, stiffening up and sitting down there for 30 minutes is a factor.
Tim Duncan in his 12th All-Star appearance. You know, when Tim Duncan played in his first ever All-Star game back in 1998, Kevin Durant was 9 years old.
You think he was thinking that?
Duncan making his 11th start out of his 12 All-Star appearances.
Nice move there, baseline by Dwayne Wade. What a great ambassador for basketball that Tim Duncan has been. Him and as well as the San Antonio Spurs.
That's going to be an interesting team to watch in the last 30-something game. The Spurs, can they get their act together on the road? Here's Nowitzki knocking down that jump shot, but the Spurs did have a nice win in Denver going into the break.
10 points for Nowitzki, and James draws the foul.
How do you stop that? Seriously.
You don't. Unless you're willing to stand up there and take a charge from a guy who's 6'9", 260. That's not going to happen. He's just so strong and so powerful. He can use both hands. And look at these numbers, Reggie, what he's done in the All-Star game. We were getting ready to go on tonight, and you said, I guarantee he's not going to lower his average today. And you can see he's already picking up the pace here with 14 points in the game. But the thing I love about him, he could be the MVP in 3 different ways in this game. He could throw up huge numbers. He could throw up huge assists. He could rebound and defend. So he could be the best player on the floor in a lot of different ways.
Stat line now, 15 points, 3 assists for LeBron. Here's Wade with the lead for Howard. I think even Dwight Howard was impressed.
Well, Coach, you mentioned it from yesterday, the slam dunk competition. That's what the fans were expecting to see from the other participants last night. But Dwight Howard, a former slam dunk champion, showing why.
Nowitzki, yes. Howard now 6 of 8. He has 15 points.
Maybe the best 7-foot shooter ever.
I was going to ask you that, Reggie. Being a shooter, is he the best big man shooter ever in the game? I mean, look at this play here by Howard, and then Reggie, I'll let you answer that. But what an incredible dunk.
And Carmelo now has 21. To me, the category would include Patrick Ewing, who made himself an excellent outside shooter.
But not to the level.
Not to the level of Nowitzki. And Bob McAdoo is the other guy.
And I think the one thing that separates him, Marv, is the fact that he shoots a ball with range. And he doesn't shoot nearly as many threes as when he was playing with Don Nelson and they were spreading the floor. And you see Patrick Ewing there. It was good to see Patrick coaching the game the other night. He got a taste of when his guys let him down. He was upset. He said, Dougie, the guys let me down tonight. And I said, welcome to coaching, Patrick.
That was the rookie sophomore game. As again, we see the 7-footer Nowitzki.
Dirk's getting it going very much the same way he started that first quarter.
Here's Johnson with a long three. Joe Johnson of the Atlanta Hawks. Patrick Ewing, an 11-time All-Star, Hall of Famer, of course. Nash was off, but it's tipped home by Stoudemire. James coming up with air.
It's the backdrop.
I see.
It's the dome.
We did talk about this earlier, and I would think, and we discussed it before, it is a problem when you play in a dome stadium because
it is sightlines. It's all about sightlines for shooters and possibly scores. You'd like to have a nice even backdrop, a dark backdrop.
Well, Steve Nash with his first field goal. He does have 10 assists. 6.5 remaining in this third quarter. Here's James on the reverse.
Oh my, could I just be in for one day? Just let me play like that for one day. You know, I'm not greedy, Reggie.
No,
24 hours.
one.
I'll travel America just looking for a game. Look at this. I mean, you talked about a while ago, how do you stop that? The answer is you don't, and especially the guy's shooting 36% from the three-point line now, so and he's making the outside jump shot.
Carmelo Anthony, 11 of 18, 23 points. That's a three-point attempt. Rebounded by Duncan. The outlet saved by Anthony. And they turn it over. Here's Wade for James. And the pass behind Nowitzki, so the ball will go back to the East with 5:33 left. In the third quarter with the score, the East 97, the West 88. We head to break and take another look at what it takes to be an all-star, presented by Gatorade.
Making of an all-star takes more than skill. They recover so they can do it again. That's how an all-star is made.
The only other time the Mavericks hosted an NBA All-Star game was back in 1986 at the old Reunion Arena. The East won that game 139-132. Isaiah Thomas named the MVP. 30 points, 10 assists. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 21 points. Magic Johnson had 15 assists for the West. The MVP award, the second in 3 years for Thomas. And our David Aldridge is with someone very instrumental in bringing the NBA All-Star game back to the Dallas area. David.
Well, that's right, Marv. We're here with Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, who had the vision to build this place. When did the vision of hosting an NBA All-Star game come to you?
Well, the All-Star game, I wouldn't have been that presumptuous. A court where the Cowboy star is, I did think of, but what a thrill. What an honor for Cowboy Stadium to be a part of the All-Star game and what the NBA is all about. And I'm excited not only for sports fans, but for basketball fans. And we are hopeful that we're going to do something real good here tonight relative to our attendance. But what I'm really hopeful about is that the way the game is presented and with what we can do with the huge digital board that's the length of the court, what we can do with our fans that are in any angle with all 8 cameras, that they can see it in a way that they might not have seen it before. Now, if we can do that, I know we can do it with Dallas Cowboy games. We've done it.
Right.
And I know we can do it with football and other sports. So that's what we were hoping to do. And I really, when I got up this morning, I was excited as though we were playing a Cowboy game because I didn't know. I'm really rewarded by this great crowd here tonight.
Mark Cuban has said that he wasn't sure he wanted to have the game here, and that you helped convince him that it was worth bringing it to the Metroplex. What did you tell him?
Well, he's being modest and he's being kind. Mark was so positive when he knew that we were going to build this 3 million square feet room in and out of the elements. And I gave him all the credit, really, David Stern for being a good listener, Tradema, all of the people that made this happen. And, you know, you can build any building, you can spend all the money you want to spend, but if you don't have the folks, you don't have the people, you can't get it done.
This is amazing. I like my 50-inch at home, and this is just, I feel envy.